Yes, you read that right. There was an attempt at trying to private out all of my YouTube videos. And yes, it failed. Now, you probably wouldn't have even noticed this because none of my videos even went privated out at all. Now, how did this trick end up almost succeeding, but then end in a failure? Well, I'm going to explain a little bit. I'm not going to go into great detail, but I'm going to explain a little bit. So I'm certain most of you know what caller ID spoofing is. And there was an attempt at that. Someone tried to use caller ID spoofing to impersonate someone I knew. Now, I'm not going to give out any phone numbers or names of anyone as part of this trick to protect identity, because I do not want to allow for more identity theft. So that's what happened, was there was an attempt at caller ID spoofing. I will make another video going into greater detail on how I almost fell for this trick. But anyway, so there was that caller ID spoofing attempt to try to private out all of my videos. And I quickly caught on and was able to quickly stop it by simply figuring out what this impersonation was and quickly finding out. Now, for those who are trying to prevent themselves from this exact same trick, I'll leave a link to this FCC link in the description. However, you can't always get out of this trick. If you get this trick already, you may end up dealing with other similar tricks like this. And what I'm going to say is, this is why it is not always possible to trust the caller ID when you get an incoming call, even if your phone is capable of detecting the other device. I will go into greater detail in another video that I will make in the coming weeks that will explain how I almost fell for this trick. I'm going to go more into what caller ID spoofing is. But in the meantime, I'm not going to go into great detail. I just got out of that trick. And just only did I just find out that none of the videos got privated. So, luckily, I was able to get myself out of this trick before it even did any damage. So, hopefully, this will serve as a warning, not only to the smaller YouTubers like me, but also to the larger ones. This can happen. And you don't want to end up going down the same path that I did. Now, I was lucky to catch this as a spoof before any of the damage happened. And if that can happen, then it should be what happens. But that doesn't mean that everyone will be able to notice. It's possible that these spoofs can get away with something. And I was lucky enough to stop it before any major problems arose. And what I would say is, if you end up dealing with a spoof call, I would say report it to the real person who's being spoofed, as well as bring it up to the FCC if possible. Now, I will leave a link to this in the description for those who need more information, but I'm certain most of you know what caller ID spoofing is already and shouldn't have to deal with me having to explain what it is. So I'm going to start working on another video that goes into greater detail. But for now, that's basically what's been going on recently. So, hopefully, I won't end up getting that trick again that manages to take down all of my videos. So, if you want to avoid that, then I would say try to pay close attention like I did, and if you happen to get tricked, then I would say don't make the changes and just drop the call immediately. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to start working on a more detailed video explaining of everything, and hopefully I can try to get more of the situation sorted out before anything worse happens.